And welcome to the Part-Time Nerd Podcast with me, your host, Alan. And joining me on this triumphant return is one Mr. Fancy Francis. How you doing, buddy?
What's up, man? How's it going? How's it going?
You know, so here's the deal. We're working through season one, right? We had gone all the way through episode 7 of season one. Went to go get the file, upload it, and someone had deleted it.
Ugh,
Episodes 4, 5, and 6. Actually, we'd only gone through 6. So
it was those dang aliens.
it probably was. So here we are. It's been a while, but we're back. Season 1, episode 4, Aliens of London. This is a two-part episode. So this is part
Mhm.
1 of 2. I really enjoyed this episode, and maybe it was because of all the farting. I don't know, but farts are funny, and this just hit on the right level for me.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's a good mixture between like the comedy and sort of serious too. I think that's what's kind of fun about it.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit of both. So on this one, they head back home. The doctor tells Rose, hey, she's like, how long have I been gone, doctor? He's like, 12 hours. Cool. Just tell my mom I stayed the night at my friend's house. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
And then the doctor's sitting there and he sees some missing signs and it's got Rose's face all over them. And yeah, it turns out they were gone 12 months, not 12 hours. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that whole thing too between I don't know, the whole arguing between like the doctor and Rose's family. It's like, okay, come on. Like
I,
I
I,
don't know,
I
just something about it, just it's kind of, like, almost annoying more than anything, like, at first you're like, "Oh, yeah, you know what, I kinda get it," they're all worried. I
right.
mean, what's his name? The boyfriend,
Of
uh,
Marty, Ricky, Mickey,
Ricky.
Ricky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, and I'd be pissed too if I was him, because all of a sudden she's gone for 12 months, and he's getting blamed for it.
Yeah, he's being blamed for her murder.
Ugh.
Um, so he's got that going for him. And then like when he sees like the doctor's back and he's running back, like trying to go and stop him,
Yeah.
and then the TARDIS disappears and he just plows face first into that wall. I probably laughed harder than I should have, but it was freaking hilarious.
Yeah,
Like
it's pretty great.
but yeah, it's a fun episode, and then on this you've got the alien ship crashes, destroys Big Ben, and you're missing the Prime Minister. Things are going on. The Doctor's super excited. He's like, "This is why I travel time to see history being made." You know, um, and they can't get back there to it. And Rose is like, "Well, let's just take the TARDIS." He's like, "Well, we probably shouldn't do that." You know,
Yeah.
she's like, let's just go watch it on TV. To which he's just completely annoyed by that because everyone in the house is talking. He's like, look, people, I'm trying to watch TV here. Can you guys just kind of zip it for me?
Which we've all been there. Like,
Right.
come on.
But yeah, so you're going through that, and then you've got this guy who's coming who's like low on the totem pole, apparently, but he's like next in line to be prime minister. He's in charge because the prime minister disappears, and dude just keeps farting. You're like, what the heck? He's like, oh, nervous stomach. And I mean, I get it, right? Farts are
Mhm.
funny. Keep it up. And then you see him with these other two people, and then it's just the three of them are in a room, and it's just weird. And then you got this lady who's trying to get in the room to try and get a meeting with the prime minister
Yeah.
because she's interested in, trying to get these hospitals as part of this thing. And like at one point she goes to the acting prime minister guy. She's like, "Hey, can you get this?" And he's like, "Get some perspective, lady. Like, what are you doing?" Like, and I get that. Like, and you find out that guy's an alien, and he's still like that. Like, come on, lady, get your act together.
Yeah, it's kind of a big hint, even if an alien's like, "Yeah, you gotta chill."
Right.
Like, listen, I'm trying to pretend to be somebody else, but you're making it hard right now. You're so annoying.
Yeah. And then they stage a crash, the ship, and then they have an alien inside of it, which is a pig that they've like reworked his mind and made it so that he can stand up and run.
Yeah.
Um, which I okay. I mean, but that's that campiness of this, right? Which
And
I enjoy.
technology
The-
we don't have.
right.
In the future, it's all about that pig technology.
Right? But yeah, I mean, he looks like a legit like alien the way they dressed him up and everything like that. He's got a little spacesuit on. He's walking on two legs. He's I
Mm-hmm.
mean, but you find out the doctor looks at him. He's like, "No, actually, this is just a real pig," and they rearranged his brain and changed some stuff, and he was just scared. Uh, but they shot him anyway. So, R.I.P. Pig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moment of silence.
Moment of silence for the pig.
Jack, who wants
Paul
bacon?
in but yeah, and then Rose's mom finds out that the doctor's an alien. Uh, Mickey goes and tells Rose, oh, the doctor left you, sucks to be you. She's like, no, he wouldn't leave. He gave me the keys and all this. And so they run back down to where the TARDIS is and it's not there. And it starts appearing. She's like, Mom, you got to leave. You got to go. You got to run. You got to leave. Get out of here. Go, go, go. Turn your back and run. She's like, what? I'm not going anywhere. What do you mean? And
Hmm.
then the TARDIS shows up and they go inside and she freaks out. And the doctor's no more concern is like, don't make my TARDIS domestic. Like, let's get your family issues out of here.
Yeah.
And then you find out the aliens are stealing people's bodies and they have zippers on their heads, which is they hid them very well on
Yeah.
two of them, but like on one, all he had to do was just take off his hat and it's just sitting there. But you didn't see it on them before, so that was weird. Like,
Yeah. I that doesn't make sense. I mean, obviously, a lot of this doesn't make sense, but it's just like, okay, like I kind of wanted to know more of like how are you doing it,
right.
but I
And
guess that's also the mystery of the show.
yeah. And that's I guess that's kind of the campiness, the fun of it, that it's just so out there that you're just like, this is just kind of absurd, but it's so absurd I'm enjoying it. Um, just like when the doctor gets back, they go and they come back, and then all of a sudden they're swarmed by like FBI, SWAT, Army. I mean, just a million military presence there to
Hmm.
get them because Rose's mom called the cops and narked on them, and she used keywords like doctor, TARDIS, blue box, those things, and so that triggered them for that. But they come to get them. It's like, oh crap, they're in trouble. No, they're just being escorted because he's an alien expert and they need all alien experts, which he
Hmm.
knows right away. Like he just knows this right away. Boom. Oh no, we're not being arrested. This is amazing. I'm an expert. They're taking us in because they need our help. And she's like,
Yeah.
what? This is awesome. Like, and then you've got all the experts there in the room when the aliens kind of expose themselves and they're shocking everybody and you think everyone's going to die, but then you see the preview for next week and you see the doctor's okay. Like, you leave me on a cliffhanger, but then at the end of the episode, you show me coming up next week and you show me he's already gotten out of it. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. Cool. Thanks.
Thanks for spoiling it for me. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, I knew he was going to get out, right? You're not going to kill the doctor in episode number 4. Um,
Yeah. We
but
have like 1,000 episodes to go. There's no way.
right, yeah. But yeah, no, it's fun. I definitely enjoyed this episode. It's got all those elements. It's a little bit serious with the alien invasion. It's funny with all the farting. Like
Yep.
they have like some sort of like gas exchange meter when they're in the suits, and so they were like, "Oh, we got to fix this." And one dude's like, "No, farting is part of being a human. I think it's fun. Like let's fart more." And he just starts ripping them. I'm like, "This is great."
I can say probably out of all the Doctor Who episodes I've watched, this one has the most farting in it.
Okay, all right.
So,
Spoiler, I was looking forward to more farts, but
oh,
apparently
sorry.
this is as good as it gets, so thanks
That's
for
right. The farting goes downhill from
cr
here.
crushing my dreams there. Like,
Yep.
I'm like, "All right, we're incorporating farts into the show? Sign me up." I mean, I'm already in, right? I'm having fun with it. It's cool, and then, like, I'm ready to start getting into because they're talking the doctor's talking to Rose. And he's like, I've been here before. There's always something going on. So do the things happen because he's there,
Mhm.
or is he just notices these things because he's more aware of it because of who he is? You find out he's 900 years old in this episode, so you get a little bit of a glimpse of, okay, how old is this guy? To which the first comment Rose has is, "Wow, that's a huge age gap for us." So there's that.
Yeah, whenever that's said, you're like, "Wait, so are you into him?"
Right, but and like they're Mickey's, making the comments. He's
There
like,
yeah.
you should have. I've been framed for your murder. You've been gone for a year. You've been off with this boyfriend of yours. She's like, he's not my boyfriend. He's more, and she's like saying he's more important than a boyfriend. First of all, you've known this guy for like 3 days, okay,
Yeah.
4 days.
Yeah,
We're on
it
episode
hasn't
4.
been that long.
It hasn't been that long. Like she even makes a comment. She's only been gone for a few days, um, which brings up the question of how does aging work when you're constantly changing time, like traveling through time? Like how does aging work for a person? Like
That's a
I
good
don't
question
know.
because I don't know.
Yeah, like it's I don't I'm curious about that because
Yeah, I would imagine you base it off of the actual, like, time you were born, but yeah, if you're jumping around, then which time are you going based off of? Yeah,
and
I don't
then
know.
and then how does time work when you're traveling time? Like is there still hours and minutes? Like do you like the watch that you have is like that the your watch for you in your life so that you know how time's going through? Like, how do you set an alarm clock when you go to sleep? You're like, oh, I want to wake up at 7 tomorrow morning. Well, how do you know what time 7 is?
It's true.
And do they sleep? Because I haven't seen them sleep yet. Now, that would make for a boring episode if they're laying in bed sleeping, right? But
Right, we just watch them sleep the whole time, but at least, like, an episode where, like, they wake up, you
yeah.
know? Yeah,
Or,
that's actually
man, I'm
interesting.
tired. I'm going to go to sleep now. None of that. I don't know how time works when you're traveling time. How do you age? Um, I would like to know, but maybe we'll find out later. I don't know.
Maybe we will,
Uh,
actually, I don't know.
and you've seen these all like a million times and you don't
Yeah,
know.
so
But have you ever asked that question?
I haven't. So I haven't
Oh,
really looked for it,
right.
so we'll
So
see.
there we go. You gotta be able to ask the questions in order to find the answers. Because you're not going to find the answers to the questions if you don't ask them. Make sense?
It's true.
There we go. You got anything else on this episode?
I don't think so. I don't wanna give too much away since we still got that second one, so
Right. So we'll be back next week with that episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, share, follow, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. If there's something you want us to watch, send us over an email, parttimenerdpodcast@gmail.com. And if you know any of the questions to all of the answers we asked during this or more insight, leave it in the comments. I love hearing from you guys. As me going through someone who's watched this fresh eyes, first time watching it. I love hearing from those people who have watched these multiple times, who really love this show, and have a lot of fresh perspective to bring to us. So thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, we'll talk to you guys later. Deuces.